The 2022 Motul FIM Superbike World Championship was a season to remember for countless reasons. From the first lights out to the final checkered flag, there was history right the way through as a new champion emerged. In one of the most spectacular three-way rivalries ever seen in motorcycle racing, the story has only just begun. Ahead of a new season of racing, there was a spectacular way to start the new year. High in the Italian Dolomites in Madonna di Campiglio, Ducati launched their 2023 challenge with an event full of glitz and glam. The world's media descended through the snowy ski slopes as the riders made their way to the unveiling to find out the question we've all wanted to know. Would Alvaro Bautista use the number one in 2023? The answer was an emphatic yes. We caught up with Ducati CEO Claudio Domenicali as he conveyed his emotions ahead of a prosperous new year.
Yeah, it's very, very emotional. Actually, there is nothing that you can buy on that. It's only a result of hard work. So we are super proud. The engine, especially of the new R, have some component like the connecting rod, the piston, that are very sexy, I would say. Very kind of high piece of engineering, and that should help to get a little bit of extra performance. I'm working in the company since more than 30 years, so I've been grown in the year of Superbike with Carl Fogarty. I think that today, when we lift the cover of the bike, it's a piece of the history. I think we can expect a lot of good racing and more of the same, I hope.
Ducati sporting director Paolo Ciabatti is also hopeful of more success and vows to hold on to the number one plate for as long as possible.
Alvaro is really very confident, in full form. He knows very well that for sure probably the usual suspect Toprak and Johnny will be his main rivals, but we also have good expectation that Michael can do that little step. He needs obviously to be able to be fighting for the podium and for race wins, because this is what we expect from factory riders. Number one means everything. It means you are the champion. We are champions. This is why we call this event Campioni in Pista, and we'll try to keep it as much as we can on the fairings for the following seasons.
As for the reigning world champion, Alvaro Bautista was proud to don the number one and looked back fondly on his first memories of World Superbike and following in the footsteps of legends.
I choose the number one for 2023 because it's like a personal challenge, no? You know, when you have the number one in the bike, the only result is to win. My first memory with watching the World Superbike in a Ducati is Ducati with the number one, no? So I'm so proud to have this number. Every year will be more and more difficult, so we have to be very focused, very concentrated, we have to keep this working, try to keep this focus and try to improve, because otherwise we cannot fight for the top, no? So we have to just head down and just work.
With a new number comes a new hairstyle. Alvaro Bautista has dropped the perm, but why?
New year, new hair. Yeah, no, I like a lot to play with my hair, and this time before this season I will have short, so I hope to have good feeling also with this hair.
Aruba.it Racing Ducati team principal Stefano Ciccone also spoke of the number one, but stated that defending it will also be a challenge.
We are very excited. We feel a little bit of pressure because everybody expected from us to repeat the result we achieved in 2022. Will not be easy, but we will give our best to try it. Very pleasure to see the number one on our bike, but every day it will remind us how hard we have to work to keep it. So it will be at the same time a good memory, but a reminder as well.
Shopping di Ramadan sale. Shopping gratis ongkir banyak diskon. Terbesar se-Indonesia. Beli semua di Shopee.
Kami mengerti ketepatan dan presisi begitu berarti. Setiap gram, setiap senti dihitung dengan teliti. Lion Parcel menghadirkan filosofi pengiriman paket penuh inovasi. Kirim paket di bawah 1 kilo, diskon 20%.
The calendar also features some quirks, but it's back to our traditional starting point. There'll be thunder down under as Phillip Island starts the season. It's back-to-back rounds of the first two weekends with Mandalika next as well. The European leg starts with the TT Circuit Assen in the Netherlands, whilst Barcelona and the Catalunya round find a new slot at the start of May. June opens in Italy at the iconic Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli, whilst the Great British round awaits in the heart of summer. Donington Park marks the halfway point. The fast and flowing Autodrom Most hosts round 7 in the Czech Republic, whilst Magny-Cours follows after our summer break. Always a titanic round. Motorland Aragon comes 2 weeks later before Portimao follows to close off the European season. There's a new showdown host and it comes from South America. The Circuito San Juan Viacum in Argentina is the final round in October, whilst one round is still to be confirmed elsewhere on the schedule. After 11 years, Ducati were back on top in 2022. But there's no time to rest. With an extravagant launch behind them, testing was soon underway, and Alvaro Bautista's first track action with the number one was in the history books. How will he make sure that it stays on the front of the bike come the close of this year?
More than pressure, I feel confidence, no? Because I'm enjoyed with the bike, so let's keep like this, no? Yeah, I think the new bike is definitely a step forward, especially with the engine, because I felt more easy engine to ride, more smooth, more linear, so it helped me to be more consistent and maybe to force more in many places, no? So definitely I think it has been a step forward. Well, for sure, every season is more and more difficult, no? And last year we were Toprak, Jonathan and me who battled for the title. But this season we will have more riders in the fight.
Alongside Bautista and getting ready for a third season in the factory Ducati team, Michael Ruben Rinaldi. The charismatic Italian was a race winner, but to win this campaign in 2022 is something he'll hope to correct in 2023, especially with his new training approach.
I need a change, you know, if I want to fight for better position, try to fight for the title. So I asked my friend Dovizioso some tips, and I changed trainer. Now I'm training totally different way. I have the same trainer of Alvaro, and he's the same trainer of Dovi. So yes, it's pretty tough because completely changed my daily routine. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind if I sweat more or make more sacrifice if it pay off. So yeah, I change this, and I will try my best to do a better result during all the season. I can say it's loud more than last year. You never know because this championship has a huge level, but I'm not here to finish first because last year when I finished first I wasn't happy. So yeah, I'm trying to fight for the title this year.
Ducati Course World SBK Technical Coordinator Marco Zambenedetti knows the new Ducati Panigale V4R better than anyone. He gave us a lowdown on what's new for this year.
The first feedback from the riders has been good. Both Alvaro and also here Michael have seen the difference. The wingless has and slightly increased downforce, but basically are well designed, a bit less of drag with the same or a slightly increased downforce. We are developing constantly on the chassis side and also on the electronic side to get a better performance.
Like always with Ducati, there's a raft of strong independent riders, with one of the biggest names being double MotoGP Grand Prix winner Danilo Petrucci, who is aboard the Barney Racing Team Ducati. Then there's the best independent from 2022 and one of the coolest guys on the grid in Axel Bassani, ready to shine for a third year at Motorcorsa Racing. After an impressive rookie season last year, Philip Ertel is back with Team Go 11 and has more top 6 finishes in his sights. We caught up with all of them about what they expect from the 2023 World Superbike season.
I'm really happy to come back here in Euro Racing in World Championship. For sure will be a great result if I'm able to win a race or stand on the podium. Yeah, I think it's could be. I think this is could be a good target.
I hope to stay with the top 3 guys on all the weekend, but it's difficult because I'm free world champion. I won the first win. I did podium, second, third, but now I want to win, and I'm here for this, so we will see.
To be honest, to confirm the results from last year would be already quite good because of the competition, and well, then we see. Not every race is the same. Of course, the top 10 is the target.
The reigning champions and the ones with a target on their back, Ducati now face the challenge of living up to their expectation. Will Bautista remain the man to beat, or is new blood coming good? Whatever the outcome, Ducati continue to push the envelope and are keen for their own golden era to start now. There's plenty of change at BMW. They'll be racing in black when the lights go out down under, but they have a new look to the M1000 RR2. Innovative aerodynamical enhancements are obvious changes, as well as switching to Brembo brakes and becoming the first factory to use wheel covers in World SBK. Scott Redding hopes these changes can bring the package closer to the front.
The target is to improve on last year for sure, so overall in the championship I need to see some improvement. Race by race I would like to get more podiums. It would be nice to be averagely closer, that we have more opportunity to fight for podiums, and you know when you fight for a podium you have a chance of winning. I want to make the package work to be there. You know, we saw we was close sometimes, but we just needed a little bit more.
An injury hit 2022 for Michael van der Mark is now behind him, and with a full testing programme coming into 2023, will the improvements be enough to see him back on the rostrum after missing out for the first time in his World Superbike career last year?
We have to fight for podiums as soon as possible. That's our goal, but I think also this season the Superbike grid is stronger than ever. Getting into this season without injuries makes it a lot easier, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to a lot of battles on track.
Emang iya ya,
Kalau belanja apa aja di Lazada, pasti gratis ongkir.
Iya.
Kalau beli baju sama tas,
Iya, gratis ongkir dong.
tambah sepatu deh.
Tetap gratis ongkir lah.
Kalau tambah parfum premium dari official store, masih gratis ongkir nggak?
Masih dong. Nah, daripada cuma nanya doang, buruan deh cobain. Nih, gue udah order semua skincare favorit dan tinggal klik checkout aja. Wah, karena belanja sebanyak apapun di Lazada, tetap dapat gratis ongkir ke seluruh Indonesia.
With all the new upgrades and podiums in 2022, BMW Motorrad Motorsport director Mark Bongers was unequivocal about the German manufacturer's ambitions in 2023.
Very obviously from the outside, of course, the aero package, behind which there's a couple of things hidden. It will increase our top speed. We have additionally homologated some wheel covers, which will even bring some more aero advantage. Besides that, it will give us advantages on the cooling side. There's a few minor details hidden underneath, which would bring us further improvements also in terms of chassis. The super concession within the regulation, they are actually deleted once you bring a new homologation. So we are not entitled anymore for the 2023 season to use super concessions. But what we had in terms of super concessions have been integrated into the 2023 base bike. In the third year of the M1000RR, the expectation is that we will win.
There's a fresh feel with Bonovo Action BMW 2, who retain Loris Baz for a second season, whilst American star Garrett Gerloff moves to the team after 3 years on Yamaha machinery. Whilst Baz aims to get back to the top 5, Gerloff is one of the biggest names with a new home for the season incoming.
I think if we all work together in kind of a way that we can really solve some problems. So I've heard a lot of stuff about what these guys are struggling with, and so far we've been able to kind of, you know, work our way into some better situations, some better areas with some of the issues. So yeah, I think if we work together, we can really take this bike up the ranks.
The bike definitely improved during the winter. The aero is better. We have different gearbox also, which makes our life easier. It's not day and night, but yeah, definitely a lot of small improvement. I want to be on the podium. I want to win, try to fight to win races, and but yeah, at the moment, I mean, we have to be realistic and starting like to fight for top 5, and which we didn't get last year, and yeah, we'll see how much we can improve during the season.
BMW have raised their game again in 2023 and have introduced new concepts to World Superbike. Now, they need them to translate into race wins. There are changes aplenty at Honda too, who use their super concession to improve the geometry of the bike and also have an updated engine specification for more bottom-end power. Japanese engineers are in attendance across both Jerez and Portimao tests as their rider lineup remains identical. Iker Lecuona and Xavi Vierge fly the flag for Team HRC once more, and there's only one objective for both of them in 2023.
With the super concession we can try many new pieces on the bike, this is true, and this for sure help us. The objective is to fight for a podium every race, no? Or even first group. We expected that us improving is enough to fight for the championship.
Into his second season of World SBK action, like his teammate, Xavi Vierge aims to conquer the Honda and the Rostrum. Without a podium in his maiden World Superbike campaign, can he right his rookie year wrongs?
Yes, of course, Honda is working so hard. Already last year in the last races, we have the super concessions, you know, that we can play a little bit more with the bike. This for sure will help us. The first objective of that year is try to fight for the podiums, and let's see if we achieve that. Of course, we will want to win. That is our real objective.
Going into his third season of team management, and with Team HRC, Leon Camia remains at the helm and overseeing the Honda project. Can they finally take victory in 2023? Camia is hopeful, especially with their super concession dispensation.
We've been working on pretty much every aspect of the bike, engine, chassis and electronics, so hopefully we can make another step this year. That's the plan. Predominantly with engine spec, obviously we're looking to have the power where we want it. Obviously our bike is normally the fastest in the speed traps. But we're looking for something with a little bit more torque. With the chassis side of things, predominantly with the swing arm, looking for more grip on the edge of the tyre is one of the main things. Super concession we have is just more option of geometry basically from our chassis, so pivot and head pipe position. The Japanese engineers predominantly are from R&D department, and they're working on these changes that we've made with the bike. They're checking the engine, how it's performing, they're checking on the gear ratios, how this is affecting the performance on track. But they want to see firsthand what's going on circuit, and then go back to Japan and keep working on progress for the future.
The MIE Racing Honda team are making steps in 2023, with vastly experienced former crew chief Mick Shanley being the team's technical director. There's also a partially new lineup which remains just as international. Malaysian Hafiz Shireen stays whilst there's a swap in South Americans. Argentinian Leandro Mercado isn't on the grid in 2023, but Brazilian rider Eric Granado readies for a first full year with Moto E World Cup race wins to his name. Both riders are keen to shine.
It's amazing to be here, many very fast riders, and it's good to be on the list. And for sure it will be a tough year, difficult year for me, rookie season, many tracks I don't know, many things I don't know yet about the category, about the bikes, the electronics, the tires. The support from Brazil is amazing. I will try to do my best to let them proud.
Everyone is very close to the top guy, but I hope I can score every race in a point. This is my goal, because last year was a bit tough for me. But in some races I show my potential that we can be in the point, but we know that our package are still a bit tough last year, but this year we know that we have a better package.
Honda's full force has seen the potential, and with the updates in abundance, will this be the year where Honda's 7-year win drought is ended? Testing was promising, but we'll get our confirmation when the lights go out down under. In the factory Kawasaki team, it remains the same for the lineup. Jonathan Rea slipped to third in the standings in 2022, and now more than ever, he'll hope to reclaim the title he lost 2 years ago. He has staff changes in 2023. Sander Donkers is his new electronics engineer, whilst Christoph Lambert comes in on a more central role in the electronics department within the team, and moves on Toprak Razgatlioglu's Patti Yamaha crew. There's a fresh feel for the number 65, but the objective remains the same.
This is World Superbike, and right now it's as competitive as ever, so we need to work step by step with my team. At the end of last season, when I could feel that championship slipping away, the chance to fight in the latter part of the year, not motivation drop, but we were resigned the fact that Alvaro and Ducati were so formidable that mounting a challenge was over. Kawasaki, they haven't been sleeping, they've been working really hard, and now is the time to put all the pieces of the jigsaw together. I have my brother working alongside me, Chris. Really excited about that, and we've got new faces inside the guys I'm really excited to work with, because knowledge, different knowledge, new ideas, motivated people are really, really important in this project, and I'm looking forward to that. That in itself reignites a big flame. The atmospheres are really very good, and everyone's bouncing off each other, so yeah, nice change for 23. I can fight, I know I'm going to try, but there's many guys that can fight. Like I said before, Superbike right now is so competitive, right down through the entry list, and further strengthened for next year, with new riders arriving, so I'm looking forward to getting amongst it.
A far more consistent year for Alex Lowe's in 2022 saw him back to full fitness as he took 6th overall in 4 rostrums. However, he has eyes on bigger prizes in 2023 and wants to return to winning ways with Kawasaki. Is Lowe's a dark horse to keep an eye on, or shouldn't we be surprised at all?
We have got some improvements, and I'm interested to see what they are and how they are against the other guys on track. Fight for wins, that's the target. I think the second half of last year was a lot more competitive.
KRT's team boss Gim Roda has high hopes for 2023 and details Kawasaki's new homologation and how their engine's improvement should help them close the gap to the front and get back to winning ways.
We expect better performing than last year is our aim, because we have been working
a lot to improve the package. We're gonna make some upgrades on mass production according to the racing needs. ZX-10R machine is like a flagship of the company. Kawasaki made their best and make a small change. I think it's gonna make another step. It's not completely revolutionary bike, of course, because sometimes not meaning new is better. So we need to use our base bike, which is quite good, and try to improve small steps we need. So let's see if homologation we're gonna do and Kawasaki propose, it's gonna work as we expect. Kawasaki use the actual base bike, introduce certain change on the bike, make new homologation, and then with this homologation we can proceed and run the championship. It's more about on the engine side. Chassis side, our bike is quite good. We need a little bit improve on the engine side, a little bit more acceleration. So let's see if this can give us a small advantage comparing last year, and especially a combination of a powerful engine with Ducati with the weight of Bautista makes so complex to win these 2-3 tenths he takes only on the straight. Top speed is a consequence of aerodynamics and a consequence of acceleration on the corner as well, so it's not only power. So let's see if we can minimize this difference this year.
There's major news elsewhere in the Kawasaki lineup, and that is that the manufacturer's 2013 World Superbike champion, Tom Sykes, is back on the grid and back on the ZX-10RR. One of the biggest personalities in the paddock aims for podiums and a first win in 5 years, whilst at the Orlac Racing Vernatura Kawasaki team, Czech star Oliver Koenig stays for a second season.
It's fantastic to be here back in the World Superbike Championship paddock. Like I've said previously, I've got a lot of fantastic memories here, a lot of history, a lot of good friends. The goal, it's always to win and always be competitive. That's the desire from going racing.
There are some positions where I would like to be, but it's difficult to say because the new guys come, super fast guys, Petrucci, Garner, and Dominic Egerter. So I have the respect, and I will not say any prediction of the position. I just want to make the progress.
With an engine upgrade being key and Jonathan Rea eager to reclaim the #1 plate, Kawasaki's 2023 promises to be intriguing. Can they conquer their rivals and get back to the top? The 2022 season saw charismatic Turk Toprak Razgatlioglu continue to shine, but the title couldn't be retained. He's back with the number 54 and ready to reclaim the title he relinquished last year. Razgatlioglu's crew is a little bit different too, as Davide Gentile switches from Jonathan Rea's Kawasaki team to become Toprak's new application engineer. Besides that, Toprak wants the title back, but have his demands for more top speed been met? And is he feeling any pressure?
No pressure, not a less pressure, but because this is my number, and finally I use my 54 again, and yeah, I'm ready to season now. This year, I am fighting also the last lap. I'm not the close gas, because my target for this season. I'm now excited because I hope we are start very strong, and after we will see. We have many new parts and also the upgrade the engine, and we will see this testing. Okay, maybe not like a Ducati, but I think we are improving, and yeah, we will see. This year, many new riders is coming Superbike, and I hope we are fighting all together.
Ready for a third season in the factory Yamaha team, Andrea Locatelli once again goes in search of a first race win, and the 2020 World Supersport champion is ready for the challenge. Despite a mid-season lull last year, Locatelli could be one to watch this year.
We start from zero, and I don't have a pressure, so I need just to looking forward and to working very well with the team to prepare the season. I'm confident to try to get some podium and to be more front in every weekend for sure.
Factory Yamaha team boss Paul Dennin is keen for a second title in World Superbike, and with the hard work done in the off-season, can the team conquer Ducati in 2023?
We had a DNF with Toprak at Misano we would have liked to avoid.
That sort of really opened up the points gap at that time of year. I'm not suggesting it was Toprak's fault by any means, because in my opinion it wasn't, but you know, the Assen accident, you know, Jonathan and Toprak sort of had a bit of a history of taking chunks out of each other early on in the season and maybe allowing Alvaro to kind of creep away and do his own thing. So I think both of those guys need to avoid that a little bit. What we can do, as you mentioned, is try and give them more acceleration via improved grip, continue to work on the mechanical side of the bike, of course, engine development as much as we can. You know, but the R1's got so many super strong assets in other areas of the track that it's our job to optimise those areas and give our riders so much confidence that they can take liberties with the bike. Davide's experience is a huge bonus to us, honestly speaking. It's nice to have someone who's got experience elsewhere and got a very deep level of experience in general. When you look at the depth of quality in the riders across the starting grid this year, it's as in a good a health as it's ever been.
As always with Yamaha, it's a quality lineup of independent riders. The GYTR GRT Yamaha World Superbike team features one of the strongest all-rookie lineups ever seen, with reigning double World Supersport champion Dominique Agutter graduating to World Superbike, and 2021 Moto2 World Champion and ex-MotoGP rider Remy Gardner switching to World SBK to fly the Australian flag. Elsewhere, Lorenzo Baldassari also graduates from World Supersport with a GMT 94 Yamaha outfit, whilst reigning British Superbike champion Bradley Ray is on the grid for the European rounds with the Yamaha Moto X racing team, and that is an exciting prospect. We caught up with them all throughout testing.
Very happy to make the step up to Superbike from World Supersport. I think I deserve, after 2 years winning the championship. I have a very